Hello and welcome. You are watching the national debate. I am Padmaja Joshi. There was a very famous saying कि सरहदों पर तनाव है क्या कहीं चुनाव है. In recent times it seems to have changed to क्या कोई चुनाव है क्योंकि आजकल एजेंसीज का दबाव है. Because across the country, whether it be Tamil Nadu, Telangana, West Bengal, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, you're seeing various agencies come into action. Now, the logic being given for that is very simple, that the crackdown against corruption or graft or impropriety of any kind is going to be unsparing, but is the timing to be questioned? That really is the back and forth that is happening. And is this directly linked to elections? So what we are going to do today, we are going to take a very specific and factual look at all of the cases at hand and see which one of these charges really holds water and what impact it's going to have on the election, as always, because that really is the focus of the national debate. And joining us today is R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, senior journalist Harshvardhan Tripathi, Dr. Riju Datta, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, is going to be joining us from Kolkata. We have Sanjeev Kaushik, political analyst, supports and defends the Aam Aadmi Party, advocate Nikhil Jain, political consultant who supports and defends the Congress Party, and we have senior journalist Ashutosh also with us in the studio. So let me first, as always, start with the non-political voices. Harshvardhanji, we've got a number of cases at hand over here. You've got Govind Singh Dotasra, Vaibhav Gehlot, we've got Mahua Moitra, जो कि करप्शन नहीं है बट इम्प्रोप्राइटी का केस उनके ऊपर है. We've got a minister who's been arrested in West Bengal, and of course then we have got the cases that are currently undergoing in Delhi, Liquorgate, Manish Sisodia, Arvind Kejriwal, etc. कुछ ज्यादा ही एक्शन नहीं हो रहा है थोड़े ही महीनों में. ये थोड़ा सा सस्पिशियस नहीं लग रहा है?
मैं इंटरेक्शन
आप नॉन पॉलिटिकल को तो
मैं नहीं सर एक जोड़ दूं आपके उसमें जोड़ दूं. आज भी रेड हो रहा है परंतु वो आईएएस अफसर के ऊपर हो रहा है राजस्थान के अंदर.
ठीक है हर्षवर्धन.
पद्मजा, निश्चित तौर पर जो पॉलिटिकल नैरेटिव है, जो माहौल है, उसमें ये लगता है कि एक साथ इतनी एजेंसी जगह जगह जा रही हैं और वो सारे के सारे अपोजिशन लीडर्स हैं, इसलिए थोड़ा सा और ज्यादा एक तरह से कहें कि माहौल बन जाता है कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. लेकिन मैं जब आपकी इस नेशनल डिबेट के पहले मैंने कहा कि ईडी कर क्या रहा है, सिर्फ नेताओं के यहाँ ही जा रहा है, जहां चुनाव है वहीं जा रहा है, या कुछ और भी कर रहा है. तो मैंने ईडी का जब जो उनका एक्स प्रोफाइल है वहां जाकर देखा तो पिछले 10 दिनों में उन्होंने देश का कोई राज्य नहीं है जहां पर अलग अलग मामलों में पैसे नहीं पकड़े हों, जहां अलग अलग कंपनियों के कोई भ्रष्टाचार के मामले हैं उन पर कार्रवाई नहीं की हो. अभी जैसे पीपुल्स ग्रुप मध्य प्रदेश में वहां भी कार्रवाई हुई. अभी मैं पिछली एक बहस में था तो किसी ने कहा कि सिर्फ अपोजिशन रूल्ड स्टेट्स में होता है, छत्तीसगढ़ राजस्थान में है, एमपी में कोई छापा ही नहीं पड़ता. अब वहां भी छापा पड़ रहा है. तो इसको दो तरह से देखना चाहिए. एक तो ये कि ईडी की एजेंसीज की जो कार्रवाई है वो बहुत क्लियर कट है कि अगेंस्ट करप्शन है, यानी जो मामले हैं वो तो सीधे तौर पर भ्रष्टाचार के मामले हैं. लेकिन हां, ये आरोप भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऊपर लगता है, एजेंसीज के ऊपर लगता है कि क्या चुनाव के समय टारगेट किया जाता है. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं कि इन कार्रवाइयों की वजह से, जिसको बार बार कहा जाता है कि चुनाव में बड़े पैसे की जरूरत होती है, तो क्या अपोजिशन पार्टीज को मिलने वाला पैसा थोड़ा रुक जाता है, इसलिए भी ये कार्रवाई होती है? क्या जो लोग पैसा देते हैं, क्योंकि कैश में पैसे देने की बात होती है, वो थोड़ा सा डर जाते हैं कि इस पार्टी को मदद करें या नहीं करें? लेकिन करप्शन के केसेज हैं, इसमें मुझे कोई संदेह नहीं दिखता. ये बहुत साफ साफ नजर आ रहा है.
आशुतोष, पैसा मिल रहा है तो कुछ तो गलत हुआ ही होगा. Can simply timing be used as an excuse to say this is a witch hunt?
No, there is no doubt about it. This is a witch hunt, because I would have accepted the whole logic if the not only opposition leaders, not only the bureaucrats in the opposition ruled state, but also leaders related to the BJP also, if they were also raided and they were also put behind the bar, they were also not getting bails. But the fact of the matter is 95% cases are only against the opposition. During the Congress regime, when the Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister, that number was 54 or 55%. Today, that has risen to 95. If somebody wants to tell me that I should believe that all the BJP leaders, all the ministers, all the MLAs, everybody in the BJP is clean like Raja Harishchand, will you believe it? I will not believe it, because I know the political culture of the country. People belonging to the different political parties, they are honest people and they are dishonest people also. Secondly, what is the conviction rate? And every time, whenever the elections are closing to the polls, you will see the senior leaders of the opposition camps, they are raided And once the election is over, they are all forgotten, except one or two cases. In this studio itself, when the Maharashtra election was happening, I said, I can bet that once the election is over, there will not be any investigation against Praful Pawar, against Sharad Pawar, against Ajit Pawar. And then I was contested, no, it will. Look at where is the case against Praful Patel? Nothing has happened afterwards. So everybody has a reason. I'm not saying that these people who are being raided are clean. But the fact of the matter is the rule of law should be equal to everybody. There should be equality before law. It cannot discriminate.
Okay, RP Singh, fine. In Chhattisgarh, 5 crores have been caught. In Madhya Pradesh, money has been caught. Are you saying all the money is being transported only by people linked to the Congress? BJP is doing everything which is above board.
Well, I will go what Ashutosh said. He said 45% were of the ruling party and 55% of opposition. Just now you said
During
that.
Manmohan Singh.
Yeah, during Manmohan. It means ruling party was corrupt even then. It's not that they are corrupt now. And this cases against Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are not of recent times. It's 2012. It started way back in 2012. And from there on, it's been carried forward. Only thing is, the investigation, joining all loops together, joining all the end together, takes time. I was going through the timeline of this liquor scam. The investigation in detail started somewhere was in 5th February 2021. And it is almost ending of the 23. It's taken 2 years for ED to call the kingpin. It takes time because there are loose ends, there are people, and it's a white collar crime basically. It's not that you go and do a dacoity somewhere and you pick up stuff.
Okay.
You manage, you manipulate, you reroute, you trip route, you send it abroad, you send it to Mauritius company, and then have it trip routed to India. Well, it takes time. Let's take example of this Web of Galot.
Okay, let's.
No. I'm just telling you how it takes time. I'm not discussing the case. I mean, it started way back in 2006-7 probably, and the money was sent abroad when he was a chief minister in an earlier term, and from there it came to India in one of the companies, and from there that company it came to Mr. Gehlot's company, and till 23 man has been drawing money from that. So
Exactly. I'm glad you brought up Vaibhav Gehlot. So before I go into the specifics of the Liquorgate scam in Delhi, Vaibhav Gehlot, like you yourself said, the case dates back to 2005, the Triton Hotels case. In Govind Singh Dotasra also, this was an old FIR. Suddenly, why is he being questioned? Suddenly, why is Vaibhav Gehlot being called for questioning when the case is over a decade old?
Well, Vaibhav Gehlot has drawn money till 22-23.
पर सर इलेक्शन से पहले ही उसको क्वेश्चनिंग के लिए बुला रहे हैं।
उसके पूछो सनलाइट जो कंपनी है रेंटल उसमें पैसे आए हैं ट्राइडेंट होटल से 2023 तक वो जो लूज एंड जो पकड़ते हर कंपनी को टाइम लगता है इट्स नॉट फॉर एनी एजेंसी टू डू दैट इन्वेस्टिगेशन इट टेक्स टाइम एंड देन आल्सो money was sent from here, 95 crore rupees was sent from here abroad, some Shivnayar company. And from there it came to some Fairmont or Trident here. Okay. And from there it came to other companies. And where now there are records. Recently there was a raid on one of the partners, 1.2 crore was there in cash. So it takes time for agencies to follow up cases.
Okay, so this is all the I's being dotted and the T's being crossed. And it's taken time. It just so happens that is happening before the elections.
Padmaja, I really appreciate the honesty of Singh Saab. He's saying 2005 to 6 the Vaibhav Gehlot case started. So he was indulging in corrupt activities in 2005 to 6 when Vasundhara Raje, the BJP, was in power there. He's talking about Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi case, how it's a very long case. 9 years, their agencies could not do anything. This again, the Liquorgate scam, 2021, February, the FIRs are registered. 2.5 years later, you are still questioning the prime accused. So what he's basically trying to say is that the ED and all the investigative agencies that are under the central government right now are thoroughly incompetent. For 2 years, 9 years, 15 years, 18 years, they're not able to do anything. The only time that they remember to do anything is right before the elections. Also, somebody was saying earlier in the panel that cash jab milega to matlab kuch to galat ho raha hai. I think I can agree to that. But Govind Singh Dotasra's multiple properties were raided. How much cash was found? 10,000 rupees. So that is also the case, that even in the Liquorgate scam, they are going around saying that the Supreme Court has said that there is a money trail. See, tenets on which bail is granted in a PMLA case is very different from the traditional criminal jurisprudence. No actual recovery of money has yet been made in the Liquorgate scam. Of course, there are allegations. The ED is presenting a story that we have established a 338 crore money trail, but at the end of the day, no cash has been found. And that is the entire game plan, that right before the elections, you destabilize every single opposition party, whether it is the Congress, whether it is the Aam Aadmi Party, and you keep on raiding them. You make the process the punishment. Imagine that the Deputy Chief Minister of this city has been in jail for several months.
Okay.
One of the cabinet ministers has been in jail for several months. One MB has been in jail for several
Not
months.
because of the government. The court did not give them bail. But let me just ask you, in principle, I'm always a little confused vis-a-vis the Congress's stand. Okay, vis-a-vis the Congress stand, I'm a little confused. Do you want arrest to immediately take place once the investigation starts, or do you want it to happen once, facts have been established? Because जब केजरीवाल को नहीं अरेस्ट किया, then Congress is like, क्यों नहीं अरेस्ट कर रहे हैं, वो तो ऐसे ही करप्ट है. जब मनीष सिसोदिया को कर लिया, you are like, क्यों करके उसको रखा हुआ है इतने महीने?
उसमें से एक तो छाती ठोक कर कहते थे, अरे मोदी साहब हिम्मत है तो मुझे अरेस्ट करो, मेरे पौए को अरेस्ट करो, मेरा जो पार्लियामेंट्री सेक्रेटरी को अरेस्ट करो, छाती ठोक ठोक कर कहते थे संजय सिंह.
Okay. The point is that if you found evidence against a person and you feel that they need to be detained for further questioning, arrest them. But the point is, why do you always remember to arrest opposition leaders right before the elections?
Okay, you spoke of elections, so I think it's only fair now we bring in the TMC. What is your grouse, Riju Datta? Jyotirpriya Malik has been arrested. There are no elections in West Bengal. What's your excuse?
See, there is general, Padmaja, the general elections are just 6 months away. Anyways, in India, there is a saying, very famous saying now, कि BJP के दो भाई, ED और CBI. Back in the day, during the UPA regime, the Supreme Court used to say that these central investigative agencies are caged parrots. But unfortunately, I have to say, now under the BJP regime, they have been pit bulls on a leash. Wherever BJP have failed to garner power or grasp power, they say shoo against the opposition leaders. Why I am saying this is very clear. Whoever is arrested or whoever has been raided, not a single charge has been proved in the court of law. They have just taken behind bars. It is an established toolkit of the BJP that इनको डराओ, इनको harass करो, इनका political image को malign करो. Can I please finish, sir?
Yes, go on.
इनका political image को malign करो ताकि हमें political mileage मिले. Simple. And my last point before RP Singh Saab comes in. Forget the opposition leaders. Forget me from TMC. What did Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Narendra Modi say about Mr. Ajit Pawar? What did they say from rallies against Mr. Conrad Sangma? What did BJP used to distribute pamphlets against Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma? As soon as they all joined BJP, they have gone through the washing machine, they are clean. I come from Bengal. The loser of the opposition, Shubhendu Adhikari, he is named in the CBI and ED charge sheet of Sharoda and Naroda scam. Not once he has been even questioned after joining the BJP. And you are saying that this is fair. Do you think people of this country are stupid?
So let me ask you one counter to this, just to establish the facts. According to you right now, are Partha Chatterjee and Anubrata Mandal clean or not? As of right now.
I am categorically asking you this exact same question. Can you, as the anchor of one of the largest channels in this country, can you say without before the court of law deemed them guilty, that whether Partha or Anubrata Mandal is accused or not?
Then why did you throw out Partha Chatterjee if he's done nothing wrong and he's not been declared guilty?
They have been put them.
If the poor guy has done nothing wrong, why have you thrown him out?
That is a different.
By that parameter, Arvind Kejriwal is better than you.
Again, I'm telling you.
Then by that parameter, the parameter of corruption, Arvind Kejriwal is much better than you.
Okay, so let him answer. Let's get the specifics on this.
Sir,
Partha Chatterjee, if you are, and you are right, he hasn't been convicted yet. Why have you thrown him out of the party?
Outside in the studio. The reason is because we are the party of the people of Bengal. And when Partha Chatterjee was arrested, there was an uproar in Bengal where before the court pronounced him convicted of the charges, the people of Bengal said he is guilty. And because we are running the government 3 times in a row by the votes and the blessings of the people of Bengal, we heard what the people said and we said, okay, we will take him away from the party, let him be convicted or let him be,
then why haven't you done the same to Firhad Hakim and Jyotirpriya Malik?
because the people of Bengal in unison believe that they are targets of political vendetta by the BJP.
Okay, so now we need the people of Bengal to step up. So now let's talk about the specifics. We'll come to Jyotipriya Malik, Mahua Moitra, all of these cases in a bit. But because Sanjeev Kaushik hasn't spoken yet, before I get your reaction, I want to give the details of the latest case, the Liquorgate investigation, the fact that Arvind Kejriwal was called for questioning, and just before that, Manish Sisodia was denied bail. And when denying him bail, what did the Supreme Court say? The Supreme Court said that 338 crores windfall gains has prima facie been established. For the viewers who haven't been following this, let's take you through the details of what exactly this is about. The 338 crores that we are talking about, let's pull up details of that. Why was Manish Sisodia denied bail? Transfer of 338 crores tentatively established. The calculation is that this is the original margin for wholesalers was 5%. What happened subsequently? It was increased to 12%, as a result of which the profits earned in 1 year was 243 crores, and the profit margin in the new policy was 12%. The calculation then goes on to say that the profits earned in 10 months was 581 crores. Remember, the policy was withdrawn after 10 months, which basically is that the excess profit earned was 12% minus 7%. What was my profit margin earlier if I am a wholesaler? It's 7%. It was increased to 12%, and hence the balance of that, the profit which was earned by the wholesalers, was 338 crores. The calculation is 581 crores, what was eventually earned by the wholesalers, minus 243 crores. This is what went into the pockets of the wholesalers, and this is the figure that was quoted by the Supreme Court when denying bail to Manish Sisodia. So Sanjeev Kaushik, can this still be called a witch hunt? This is the calculation, and the Supreme Court has bought into it.
पद्मजा, अभी सिंह साहब कह रहे थे कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी छाती ठोक के कहते थे कि मुझे गिरफ्तार करो, मुझे गिरफ्तार कर लो, कर दिया। संजय सिंह भी कहते थे, कर दिया आपने, व्यवस्था कर दिया आपने।
संजय सिंह
साफ दिखाई देता है, और सदन में भी डंके की चोट पे मीनाक्षी लेखी ने कहा कि ज्यादा बोलिए मत, कल आपके घर भी ईडी पहुंच सकती है। तो ये खुलेआम आपके काम करने का जो तरीका है, वो यहाँ भी आप छाती ठोक के कह रहे हैं, वो करते हुए दिखाई दे रहे हैं। राजनीति में टाइमिंग बड़ा मायने रखता है, और ये टाइमिंग की ये सारी कंडीशन जो दिखाई दे रही है, हर इलेक्शन से पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिस ईडी को उसी क्या
फैक्ट्स ये है कि 338 करोड़ का विंडफॉल गेन हुआ है। ये 338 करोड़ डिड नॉट गो टू द एक्सचेकर, इट वेंट टू द होलसेलर्स।
मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि ईडी ने जो रिपोर्ट दाखिल की, कोर्ट ने उसे कोट करते हुए कहा कि ये लेन-देन संदिग्ध मुझे दिखाई देता है। हाँ। ऐसा नहीं है कि उसने कहा कि नहीं ये पकड़ में आ गया, संदिग्ध है, पकड़ में आ गया और आप दोषी सिद्ध हो गए, और उसके बाद में कहानी खत्म हो जाती है, यहीं पे जेल में डाल दी जाए। हम इस चीज को मानते हैं कि संदिग्ध यदि है, कोर्ट अपना कार्रवाई अपना करेगी ही, वो उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
तो अगर संदिग्ध है तो विच हंट कैसे होगा?
लेकिन लगातार नहीं, हम बताने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं ना, लगातार हर इलेक्शन से पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिस तरह से ईडी और सीबीआई का इस्तेमाल करती है, क्या बना दिया है ईडी को। कल ही एक ईडी के इंस्पेक्टर को 15 लाख रुपए घूस लेते हुए पकड़ा गया। वसूली गैंग बना के रख दिया,
338 करोड़
वसूली गैंग बना के रख दिया। आप जिस रास्ते देश के संवैधानिक संस्थानों को ले जा रहे हैं, अपना इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और अपने वजूद को बचाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं, लगातार हर इलेक्शन में इस तरह से करते हैं। इलेक्शन खत्म, कहानी खत्म। बहुत सारे रिकॉर्ड हैं। अभी आशुतोष जी ने बताया बहुत सारे
इलेक्शन था, जब पहली एफआईआर लॉन्च हुई तब कौन सा इलेक्शन था?
क्या महाराष्ट्र इलेक्शन से पहले महाराष्ट्र इलेक्शन से पहले छापे नहीं मारे गए?
दिल्ली की बात करें ना आप, आम आदमी पार्टी को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, फरवरी 2021
पूछ रहे हैं वो फैक्ट नहीं है क्या?
मैं जो पूछ रहा हूं
इलेक्शन से पहले
ये मामला फरवरी 2021 साल
15 साल
एक और बता दीजिए।
अभी इन्होंने बताया कि 5 साल 10 साल 15 साल पुराने केस को निकालते हैं और इलेक्शन से पहले इसी तरह से
संजीव जी, we don't want to have a general discussion about circumstantial evidence and suspicious timing. I am asking you very specifically, Vijay Nair in jail, Sanjay Singh in jail, Manish Sisodia in jail, denied bail, and Supreme Court says 338 crores prima facie windfall gain has been explained.
सबको जेल में डाल दे, हमें कोई एतराज नहीं है।
तो
आम आदमी
कोर्ट
पार्टी
कह रहा
को
है।
खत्म करने का है ये तो
आप
ठेका
छोड़िए,
लग गया
अगर
भारतीय
बीजेपी
जनता
झूठे
पार्टी को,
केस
सब
कर रहा
पकड़
है
लेना।
तो कोर्ट कहेगा
ये
क्या
केवल
बकवास
आम
है,
आदमी
फेंको
पार्टी की
केस
बात
को
ही
बाहर।
नहीं है, आम आदमी पार्टी की केवल बात ही नहीं है, तमाम उन विपक्षी पार्टियों आपको पता है।
सर,
एक मजे की बात मैं बता रहा
क्यों
हूं,
गए?
ये लोग, मैंने कल भी कहा था इनसे, मजे की बात यह है कि 2014 के इलेक्शन से पहले इनके 3 राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष चीन का दौरा कर चुके हैं, केवल
सर, आप
एक दलीय
आप
प्रणाली को
चाइना
विकसित करने
तक
के
पहुंच
लिए।
गए,
सबको खत्म
338 करोड़
करेंगे।
तो बताइए।
इनकी नीति यही है कि सबको खत्म करना है, अकेले रहना है हिंदुस्तान में, राज करना है और सारी सारी खत्म
मामला
करनी है।
बताइए।
और
Court
उसी नीति के तहत
to bail deny कर
मामला
रहा
बताइए।
है। If you remember, the last time in the Manish Sisodia hearing, और हमारे यही नेशनल डिबेट पे उसकी बात हुई थी, आशुतोष जी had quoted that particular observation, where the same judge said, Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul said that this will not stand cross-examination. Within 2 minutes, it will be thrown out. Now that same judge is the one who has said prima facie 338 crores windfall has been established.
मैं उस पे तो कुछ टिप्पणी करने के
करिए
लायक नहीं,
ना
मैं नहीं कर रहा हूं
टिप्पणी
ना। क्या नहीं?
करिए ना टिप्पणी।
मैं वही तो कह रहा हूं कि जो साक्ष्य ईडी ने दिए हैं, ईडी ने जो चीज दिया, जो भी
सच है ना ये फिर?
सच कैसे है? आज ही सच मान ले इसको, तो फिर आज ही फैसला सुना दे।
गिल्ट क्यों नहीं मिल रही है?
तो फिर आज ही फैसला सुना दे।
ओके, स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन, गिल्ट तो नहीं साबित हुआ है ना, और मनीष सिसोदिया की जेब में गया ये भी साबित नहीं हुआ है।
हर इलेक्शन से पहले
338 करोड़
हर इलेक्शन से पहले आरोप लगा के इस तरह से पार्टी को, किसी भी पार्टी
ये
को,
आरोप नहीं है, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट
किसी भी पार्टी,
प्राइमा फेसाई एस्टैब्लिश, लेट हिम कम।
इनकी ये पुरानी नीति है।
सबसे पहले तो ये कि मनीष सिसोदिया जब गिरफ्तार हुए थे तो अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे थे कि गुजरात के चुनाव में हमें सेंट्रल एजेंसीज ने बता दिया हम जीतने जा रहे हैं, इसलिए गिरफ्तारी हुई। अभी वो कह रहे हैं कि हमें 4 राज्यों में रोका जा रहा है। अब मैं नहीं जानता हूं किन 4 राज्यों में आम आदमी पार्टी इतनी इफेक्टिव है कि वो कुछ कर लेगी। कांग्रेस कहती है कि हमारा वोट काटने के लिए, तो समझ में आता। लेकिन देश के अलग अलग हिस्सों में ये जो भी नेता पकड़े जाते हैं, कमाल की बात यह है कि इनके समर्थक, इनके प्रवक्ता कभी भी ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि ये बिल्कुल पाक साफ है, वो कह रहे हैं टाइमिंग गलत है। यानी भ्रष्टाचारी तो है, लेकिन इस भ्रष्टाचारी को आप चुनाव के समय में क्यों पकड़ते हैं? नरेंद्र मोदी कह रहे हैं कि हमें आपने मैंडेट यही दिया है। जब 15-15 साल पुराने मामले, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि उस रिजीम में एजेंसी उस तरह से काम नहीं कर रही। मुझे लगता है ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कि एजेंसी उस रिजीम में काम नहीं कर रही थी, बरसों मामले लटके रहते थे, और अब वो मामले तेजी से हो रहे हैं, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि ट्रैक उनका फास्ट ट्रैक है। और शायद यही वजह है कि हमें लगता है कि आज ईडी ने यहां छापा मार दिया, कल वहां मार दिया, लेकिन भ्रष्टाचार के इतने मामले हैं तो लोग पकड़े जाएंगे ना।
आशुतोष,
मुझे एक छोटी सी बात जोड़नी है।
एक सेकंड सर, उनको रिस्पॉन्ड करने दीजिए।
See, I think this Supreme Court should take set some certain guidelines, because on a day one you say there is no proof. These are words of Supreme Court judge.
The Supreme Court said where is the proof?
No. Supreme
They
Court
didn't say there is no proof. They said where is the
there
proof?
is no proof, and he said on the basis of one approval. Now the next day, all the newspaper, including Times Now and everybody, flashed that.
Dinesh Arora, yes.
Whatever, flashed it. So what the perception was created, that there is no proof against Manish Sisodia.
Where is the proof?
No, sir, let me complete. Now, after that, the charges which were labeled by the agencies, that was forgotten. A completely new thing has come up. What is this? And still the Supreme Court is saying, tentatively, there is material or the evidence. There is no prima facie, it appears. He said tentatively,
yes,
there is material, there is evidence. So on that basis, tentatively, you are not sure. Supreme Court has denied him bail. Supreme Court is well within its right to do that. And nobody can question that. It's a wisdom of the Lordship, and he has decided, fine enough, no problem. But I think there has to be some guidelines about these observations.
So
because
are
these
you
observations
saying that
are
it is
creating
suspect
problems.
what the Supreme Court has
I'm
said?
only saying, till the last minute, there was no discussion and debate on the issue of 338. Suddenly this number has come up.
Let me actually quote exactly what the Supreme Court has said. One of the reasons given by Shri Manish Sisodia is to compensate the wholesaler for increased license fees from 5 lakhs to 5 crores. Initially, they used to give a license fee of 5 lakhs. Then it was increased to 5 crores. So the government basically said, oh, listen, you've paid so much license fees, so we'll give you a greater commission. We'll increase it from 5% to 12%. But then the Supreme Court also goes on to say, Therefore, there is no logical correlation between the license fee increase and the profit margin increase. This excess profit margin benefit could have been passed on to consumers in the form of lower MRP. Contrary to the claim that the policy was meant to benefit the public or the exchequer, it is a conspiracy to ensure massive illegal gains to a select few private players, individuals, entities. So this is the factual position. The Supreme Court has said, you were told that this will benefit the public. It ended up benefiting the wholesalers. Nikhil Jain wants to make a quick point and then I will come to
I'll add something very important, otherwise we'll miss that point.
Okay.
Now, where did that money go? Rajinder Singh Solanki, one of the candidates of Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat, we were just said something that we are winning elections, IB report and all. He was caught, his colleague was caught red-handed with money. And then when
How
he
do
was...
you know this is from Liquorgate?
I'm telling you, let me tell it to you. No? So that guy was questioned. He was a driver. And when was questioned, Rajinder Singh Solanki, he's not my driver. He's a man appointed by Delhi Aam Aadmi Party team. He is the one who's handling money. So this money which is there has been rerouted for elections objective. And this is Gujarat election. Same has happened in Punjab. Everyone in Punjab knew that this is the stink money of the liquor gate which is being used for Punjab election. I give you example of, and there is already income tax case against Rajinder Singh Solanki, and there is already a FIR against that guy.
Okay, Nikhil Jain.
First of all, I'd like to make a legal point here that time and again I've been on debates wherein it's been said that the Supreme Court has said that these allegations have tentatively been established. Even you were reading out an excerpt. What you're reading is...
From the order.
From
where
the
they have
order.
quoted the ED charge.
Exactly. It is
But
para
it's a part
21.
of the order.
Para 21 of the order. So the standard
Correct.
procedure for any court order is that they are going to read out what both the sides are saying, what the complaint is saying and what the defendant is saying, right? Para 21, what you've read out, I'll start out with what it exactly says. Article 21 is, Para 21 is, we would like to recapitulate the facts as alleged. These are ...
Yes, we've agreed to that.
So the Supreme Court is nowhere agreeing to those findings. These
Sir,
are what
bail
the
has been
complaint and
denied.
allegation. Bail has been denied does not mean that they're agreeing with each and every allegation. The moment they
Why
agree
have they
with
denied bail?
the grounds for denial of bail simply in this case are that he's an influential man and if he goes out, he is going to influence the investigation.
But if this is a false
If
charge,
we are
the
going
court should
to-
throw out the case.
No.
Instead of
there
denying
is a
him
different
bail.
metric to it. Every time bail is denied to anybody, you can't say that a case is made out. Then what is the procedure of having, what is the point of having a trial in the first place? The bail is denied on the ground that this man could influence.
Get the case quashed. You have tried 7 times, sir. 7 times.
Singh
And
Saab, that
7
is the
times
point.
the court has
Quashing-
rejected it.
quashing or
Courts have
conviction के
rejected
बीच
it.
में
And best
एक
was
range
you
होता
got to
है।
go into the court and
Quashing
got
और
the case
conviction
quashed.
के बीच में एक gray
मतलब
area
आप
होता है,
जाते ना
जिसके लिए
case
trial
quashed
होता है।
करने से
You
क्यों नहीं
ask-
cash करा?
every time
इसका
the bail
मतलब
is
कि
denied,
you
you
also
can't-
know, your lawyers also know that there
Every
is
time the
something
bail
into
is
it.
denied, you can't say the person is guilty of something.
So
There is
then-
a grey area between quashing and conviction, and the trial exists precisely for that.
Okay, so essentially the process is what is happening, which is being interpreted as guilt, and the process is the punishment. Harshvardhan.
नहीं, मुझे बड़ा आश्चर्य हो रहा है पनुजा, निखिल भी कह रहे हैं और आशुतोष जी ने भी कहा कि चूंकि पहले का ऑब्जर्वेशन कुछ और था, अभी ट्रांसपेरेंसी के लिए ही सारी जितनी कोर्ट प्रोसीडिंग होती हैं वो लाइव होने लगी, इसीलिए कि आपको हर जो ऑब्जर्वेशन है, जो कुछ फैक्ट्स एविडेंसेज आए हैं, उस पर जो दोनों तरफ के पक्ष हैं वो सामने आए और अंत में फैसला उसी के आधार पर सुनाया जाता है जो चार्जेज एजेंसीज लगाती हैं। जो टूल्स हैं वो एजेंसी होती है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाके थोड़ी ना इन्वेस्टिगेशन करता है। तो आप जो बार बार ये कह रहे हैं कि वो एजेंसी का आरोप है, वो सिर्फ उनका आरोप है, उसके आधार पर कैसे हम माने? उन्होंने जमानत ही इसी आधार पर खारिज की और उसके बाद क्या कहा? उसके बाद कहा कि ये जांच अगर आपको लगे कि धीमी हो रही है, उस तरह से नहीं हो रही जैसे होनी चाहिए, तो 3 महीने के बाद फिर आ जाइएगा। इसका मतलब ये कि सर्वोच्च न्यायालय कह रहा है कि 338 करोड़ रुपीस ये जो है, ये जो मनी ट्रेल जिसको टेंटेटिवली एस्टैब्लिश किया गया है, ये सीधे सीधे मनीष सिसोदिया के ऊपर लगे आरोपों से जुड़ती है।
And it doesn't stop there. I want to put out one more fact out there before I get Ashutosh to respond. Just a second. What has been said in the various prosecution complaints / charge sheet against Arvind Kejriwal, the reason for which he was called on Thursday for questioning? Let's take our viewers through that as well. What does the ED supplementary charge sheet say? Vijay Nair, not ordinary AAP worker, close associate of Arvind Kejriwal. Then also very specific instance is named, which we are going to tell you about next. As per statement, Vijay Nair functions from Kejriwal's camp office, from the camp office of Arvind Kejriwal itself. Vijay Nair arranged Kejriwal Mahindra, which is one of the wholesalers, Vijay Mahindru's FaceTime call. Arranged FaceTime call when the meeting did not materialize. So what basically happened was that Sameer Mahindra, pardon me, not Vijay Mahindra, Sameer Mahindra wanted to have a face-to-face meeting allegedly with Arvind Kejriwal. When that did not materialize, a FaceTime call allegedly was arranged by Vijay Nair between the Chief Minister and Sameer Mahindra. Kejriwal told Mahindra, Vijay is my boy. He said, Vijay Nair is my boy, trust him. This is what the ED supplementary charge sheet says. The ED remand copy for the son of YSR CP MP, who's also one of the accused, says the following. MS Reddy met Kejriwal to know more about the excise policy. Remember, this was the famous meeting that allegedly took place in a 5-star hotel in Delhi. Kejriwal welcomed YSR CP MP's entry in Delhi liquor trade. So, Ashutosh ji, very specific references have been made vis-a-vis Arvind Kejriwal and the liquor case.
Sorry, you are missing on something. Do you know Vijay Nair had a bungalow to him, and which was Kailash Galot's bungalow. Kailash Galot never stayed in his bungalow. It was Vijay Nair who was staying in Kailash Galot Mantri's bungalow. He was operating from the camp office, but the bungalow which was allocated to him was Mantri's bungalow, and Mantri has stayed somewhere else.
I was raising a larger issue for the simple reason because Mr. Narendra Modi himself has suffered because of the observation by the Supreme Court. You remember what happened in 2002 and 2003? The court has observed, जब रोम जल रहा था तो नीरो बंसी बजा रहा था. And then the entire attack opposition took over Narendra Modi.
But nobody called it a witch hunt then.
No. I'm saying
then it was called law taking its own
every
course.
time it was called witch hunt. I'm just quoting Lal Ke Sadhwani. You only take Lal Ke Sadhwani. जितना नरेंद्र मोदी जी को सताया गया उतना किसी को नहीं सताया. These are the words of the BJP. I'm not
BJP
I'm not getting into that.
witch hunt बोला. आज पूरी दुनिया बोल रही है केजरीवाल is being witch hunted.
I'm not getting into that. I'm raising a larger issue. The court makes certain observations and then the judgment is something else. Either the observation should be part of the judgment or you don't make such observations.
But sir, also you would agree that when the Supreme Court said that this is a very thin case and it will be thrown out, then it became the front page of the newspaper and everyone said, see, this case is all rubbish.
In the judgment also, the Supreme Court has said that Mr. Manish Sisodia has been incarcerated for a longer period of time. You know, when you know that he is somebody, you use PMLA, person will not get bail.
So what are you saying here? That the court is suspect?
I'm saying is that the Supreme Court has to be careful while making an observations because it has to be and further the next day the Supreme Court has to make a clarify that I did not say that implicate Aam Aadmi Party. But the damage was already done.
Okay. All right. Last observation on this case because I really must go on to Mahua Moitra also. It is a very important case. Yes.
जो आशुतोष कह रहे हैं उसको मैं थोड़ा सा और आगे ले जाता हूं. ऑब्जर्वेशन ही थी नूपुर शर्मा के मामले में. नहीं करनी चाहिए थी ऐसी ऑब्जर्वेशन. लेकिन नूपुर शर्मा का मामला, नरेंद्र मोदी का मामला और ये करप्शन केस जहां मनी ट्रेल एस्टैब्लिश हो रही, दोनों का फर्क है. और मुझे लगता है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजेस जो ऑब्जर्वेशन जो देते हैं वो ऑब्जर्वेशन आती है तो लोगों को समझ में आता है कि वो किस तरह से एविडेंस और फैक्ट्स पर उसको कैसे देख रहे हैं और उस पर कैसे आगे रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं. तो मुझे लगता है ये तो कहना कि आप ऑब्जर्वेशन मत दीजिए, ये तो फिर जजमेंट प्रोसेस आगे कैसे बढ़ेगा.
मैं एक ही बात कह रहा हूं, मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट पे कोई एस्पर्शन कास्ट नहीं कर रहा. मैं कह रहा हूं कि आप जो ऑब्जर्वेशन देते हो उस ऑब्जर्वेशन से अगर गलत परसेप्शन बनता है उससे हमारे ख्याल से कहीं ना कहीं.
लेकिन अगर एजेंसी ने प्रूफ नहीं दिया तो वो कहेंगे ना कि
मैं यही तो कह रहा हूं,
जाएगा 2 मिनट में गिर जाएगा.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी के बारे में जो कहा 10 साल तक वो कोर्ट हुआ या नहीं कोर्ट हुआ.
हाँ, लेकिन फाइनली वो जीत कर आए ना.
10 साल तक सफर करना पड़ा उनको. According to
so are we agreeing that he is innocent? Are we agreeing that he was innocent and he suffered for 10 years? Is that what we are agreeing on? That Narendra Modi was innocent?
I am only saying that Indian judicial system after 75 years of independence should have certain guidelines about how long the trial should continue, how long the person will be in jail, and how long and to what extent the person will suffer.
But you know, I have to say
no observation for public.
Okay, but I also have to say that what
observation is
this
always
has,
there, but you have to be careful while making
what this has established that while we are saying it's a one-sided witch hunt, people of both parties have been subjected to the legal lengthy process that takes place in our country vis-a-vis all cases. I think that has been successfully established. Now let's come to you.
Can I
Riju
make a
Datta.
small point
So-
here on
no, so we really have to move on to Mahua Moitra here. Other issue that is now being called a witch hunt against a stringent critic of the Modi government, Riju Datta, is the case against Mahua Moitra. It's not one of corruption. It is one of alleged cash for query and impropriety. Now, an ethics panel is holding a meeting. It held a meeting on Thursday. Even that she stormed out of. How will there be any process if you want innocence or guilt to be established?
Thank you. See, the allegations that are against Mahua Moitra should be probed by an appropriate forum of the parliament. We have no issues about it. But the problem is this ethics committee should rename themselves to an ethics-less committee, because neither they have a model code of conduct, neither do they have a moral code of conduct. You are calling a female MP and you are asking about specific allegations, but you are asking questions which literally made like the scene of Mahabharata of a Vastraharan of a woman. I'm just going to only 3 questions that was asked of her. Please tell me this, if I as a TMC spokesperson ask these questions of Miss Smriti Irani or Miss Nirmala Sitharaman ji, you will have my head on a stick. And the questions were, आप किसके साथ होटल गए थे, किसके साथ रात को रुके थे, किसके साथ रात को बात करते थे, और जिसको आप अपना डियर फ्रेंड कहते हो, क्या उनकी बीवी को पता है वो आपके कितने डियर फ्रेंड है? These are the questions of an ethics committee chairperson. He was acting as the proverbial Duryodhan in this Vastraharan. And I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not mincing my words. My question is very simple. If there was an iota of evidence, the ethics committee does not have any criminal jurisdiction. If there was an iota of evidence that she has taken cash for asking questions, BJP would have filed an FIR and put her behind bars. The problem is, any woman, any MP, opposition MP, whoever asks question about Mr. Gautam Adani and his illicit relationship with the BJP government and Mr. Narendra Modi has to be shut up. All voices of dissent should be choked. Whether it is Mr. Derek O'Brien, whether it is Sanjay Singh, whether it is Rahul Gandhi, whether it is Mahua Moitra. The story is the same. You ask questions of Mr. Modi and his relationship with Mr. Adani, you will be dragged and you will be harassed, you will be maligned, you will be, gun will be put into your throat.
Okay,
That
Arti
you
Singh,
need
answer
to
on
shut
the
up
very
for this.
specific
And this
charge.
is it.
Why was a
Nothing
woman
more to it.
humiliated like this? Only because she's a woman who speaks out against the government.
Well,
What was
there-
the business of asking such personal questions?
Okay, Padmaja, that's her version. We don't know what exactly transpired inside, one. Secondly, it's unethical to tell what's happened inside. I've not seen any other member coming out and telling what exactly happened inside, because they can't do that as per the norms of the ethics committee. But let's
happens, nobody can raise a voice against it. A woman is being harassed like
Thank
this
you,
and
sir.
she should not speak.
Give me a second. That's her version. Na? That's her version. There's another woman in the meeting also. Go and take her version also. Then you'll come to know what Aparajita Sarangi was there. So, but, huh?
Aparajita Sarangi was there, yes.
So she was also there. But what exactly happened? Let me tell you. I have gone through the NIC report. NIC.
No, but wait. Are we settled on this question of whether unparliamentary questions were asked to her?
We
Yes
don't
or no?
know. We don't know. It's her version. I'm saying it's her version. I mean,
Okay,
today.
Riju Datta, it's her version. Let him quickly respond to that. It's her version.
There were other 6 MPs who confirmed it. There were other 6 opposition MPs who questioned.
Five others. 5 others.
4 others, in fact.
4 others.
I think.
No, total, no.
Five.
5 plus Mahua. 5 other MPs plus Mahua
Total
Moitra.
5, yeah, 4.
6 of them walked out, yes. 5 others have also confirmed.
I'm again saying it's the opposition versus the ruling party. Now, everything. I don't know whether everything is on video recorded inside the meeting or not.
Now, I mean, there are also reports which have been attributed to sources that Ms. Moitra also called the chairperson of the ethics committee, who happens to be a backward caste member. She called him words like behuda, etc., etc. But again, this is a question of his version versus her version.
She said, behuda सवाल है.
सवाल तो बेहुदा था
Even the Mr. Sonkar has not cast any aspersion on the Mahua Moitra,
उनको
but she
नहीं
was
बोला,
referred
सवाल
by
बेहुदा
caste.
है.
She was not. See, the fact is, but let me complete. Fact of
She
the
has
matter
written
is,
a letter
here
to
is a
the,
woman,
Lok Sabha Speaker as
irrespective
well.
of whether she's an MP or not. She has said the filthy questions were asked. I think this filthy question asked is a very serious accusation against the person labeled.
Vinod Sonkar has denied it.
No. It's not within the Vinod Sonkar. if you go by strictly by the law, this is a very, very serious allegation.
No,
If a
Vinod
woman-
Sankara didn't say it.
Padmaja,
what are we doing? Something else. The issue is something else.
Padmaja, let me
We are
complete.
deflecting
Let me
it to
complete.
something else.
Here is a woman saying that
She
filthy questions
cleverly
were
did
asked.
that.
This
Well,
can be within
Mahua
outraging the modesty of the
Mahua-
woman.
But
In
sir-
the eyes of law.
This is being denied
No, no.
outright.
He, even if he denies, every man who is accused of such thing, he denies. But what the police does,
There are other versions also,
immediately
sir.
arrest. So I'm only saying this is a very serious charge.
Issue. There's a very
And
easy
this
way
is serious
to
charge.
defend the core
And
issue.
if there is a video,
There's a very easy way
done.
of deflecting from the core issue.
Okay, videography should be made public.
On the point of videography was done of Ramesh Viduri's statements in the parliament where he accused very heard abuses.
Sir, let's talk about the core issue.
Parliament.
What
Okay, hold on a
Mohammed
second.
did, was it right or wrong? The core issue is whether she can pass on a login and password to a corporate, to a business house, to someone else. That's the core issue.
Modi ji to corporate house
Do
ke
you
place
accept
mein
that? Do you accept
Let us
that?
Modi ji to corporate house ke place
Just
mein
let us settle the-
Just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. I'm reading the ethics committee according to this 316B, para A. The committee can examine every complaint relating to unethical conduct of a member of Lok Sabha. Unethical conduct as a member of parliament, not as an individual, not as a citizen. So if she has given her login to some other person, not an authorized person, she has indulged into an unethical conduct.
As an MP.
As an MP,
So they're-
unethical conduct.
So
That
they're
is the
investigating
jurisdiction
her.
of the ethics committee.
Yes.
Not that with whom she is going to the hotel, what time you are calling. That's absolutely ridiculous.
But the court, एक मिनट
Please,
इशू है कि करप्शन हुई नहीं हुई, इशू है कि what corrupt practices, एक मिनट आपने बोला सुना मैंने, what corrupt practice adopted for raising questions or not, yes, that's the key issue. And as per the NIC
Wait a second, I will just come to NIC in a second. Let's talk about the Cheer Harshvardhan ji.
पद्मजा, सबसे पहले तो ये मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा क्लैरिटी आनी चाहिए और मैं उम्मीद कर रहा हूँ कि आशुतोष जी ये इस बात पे ज़रूर रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे जो मैं कहने जा रहा हूँ। क्या किसी मेल एमपी के ऊपर यही आरोप लगे हों और उससे ये सवाल पूछा जाए, इसी तरह के आरोप हों, बिजनेसमैन वूमेन होती और उसने ये सारी चीज़ें इस्तेमाल की होती, 47 बार लॉगिन हुआ है, वो दर्शन हीरानंदानी कह रहे हैं कि हम लॉजिस्टिकल सपोर्ट करते थे, होटल करते थे, टैक्सी करते थे, वो आके रहती थी। और जो एफिडेविट दर्शन हीरानंदानी का है, एथिक्स कमेटी के चेयरमैन विनोद सोनकर ने ऑन कैमरा कहा है कि सब कुछ उसके दायरे में पूछा गया, नंबर 1। दूसरा, उन्होंने कहा कि मैं उसको बता नहीं सकता, मेरी मर्यादा है, मेरे लिए जिन शब्दों का इस्तेमाल किया गया। क्या हम लोग मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट्स के एथिक्स पैनल के इस प्रोसीडिंग्स में भी विमेन कार्ड, दलित कार्ड, इन सब की बात करेंगे? और क्या हम कोई मतलब इसको कहें कि बच्चों की डिबेट हो रही है कि कब पूछा कि किससे बात किया था, रात में किससे बात किया था? और फिर से मैं कह रहा हूं, किसी महिला के खिलाफ कोई हमला हो, यह संसद के लिए अपमानजनक है। लेकिन एक महिला जो आरोपी है, जिसने पहले से ही टीवी पर जाकर, ऑन एयर जाकर क्या क्या शब्दों का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया, वो ये क्यों कर रही है, यह संदेह के दायरे में आता है।
हर्षवर्धन ने मेरा नाम लिया, मुझे जवाब देना पड़ेगा। देखिए, 2-3 चीजें बिल्कुल स्पष्ट हैं।
She can file a police complaint, right? If there has been an outrage of
ये
modesty.
जो ना कि पुलिस कंप्लेन करो, सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाए, बस उस आर्गुमेंट दम नहीं। 2-3 चीजें। पहली बात ये है, एथिक्स कमिटी, इट्स एन एथिक्स कमिटी, ठीक है? It's not a CBI, it's not a ED, it's not a police, so it can't question. No.
Actually, Jayanand Dehadra has written for a CBI complaint as well. He has written 2 separate
Let CBI interrogate her.
So that will be a CBI investigation.
I am
as
just
well.
let's focus on the ethics committee. Ethics committee का जो jurisdiction है वो follow होना चाहिए। आप CBI नहीं, आप पुलिस नहीं, आप ED नहीं है कि आप चल के रात पूछेंगे रात के 2 बजे आप कहां थे, आप किसके साथ सो रहे थे, ये सब फालतू का सवाल है। बेसिक
सुना था क्या?
let me complete.
आप थे वहां पे क्या?
No.
आप थे वहां पे क्या? नहीं, ये गलत बात है। आप थे वहां पे क्या? आप सिर्फ नहीं, क्योंकि आपको वहां मेहता ने आकर बात किया, आप मानने लगे उस बात को।
जवाब दीजिएगा ना, आप जवाब, मैंने आपको रोका।
मेरा कहना है क्या एक साइड का वर्जन है क्या? नहीं, ये तो लॉगिन पासवर्ड की जानकारी है, वो तो रिकॉर्ड पे है। अरे वो रिकॉर्ड पे है।
दूसरी बात,
अरे हीरानंदानी ने पेपर पे बोला
10 seconds time. Only 10 seconds. I really must come to the facts then. Yes.
You are a woman. For a woman to come out and make a statement like this, it's something which requires lots of guts and courage. Not every woman can come out and say, I face these kind of questions. So I am only saying is, अगर उसने मिसकंडक्ट किया है, अगर उसने अपना लॉगिन किसी तीसरे आदमी को दिया है, वो आप स्टैब्लिश करिए। आपको ये पूछने का अधिकार नहीं है कि आप होटल में किसके साथ जा रहे हैं।
कर चुकी है।
हाँ, तो बस खत्म है। Then she has violated. Then she has violated the parliament protocol. Then inquiry is over. आपको पूछने की जरूरत नहीं। रात को 10 बजे आप किसका, मैं रात को 10 बजे किसके साथ जाता हूँ, किसके साथ सोता हूँ, एथिक्स कमेटी का
Now I think we should come to the substantive part. We should come to the substantive part, because the counter allegation being made about these claims of, personal questions being asked is that this is an attempt to divert from the main impropriety. Yes. What is the main impropriety? That of login and password being shared. Mahua Moitra has admitted to it. She says, yes, I gave it to the PA of Darshan Hiranandani in Dubai. Subsequently, we know that 49 logins have been done from Dubai. Are there rules which say that this should not be allowed? Yes, there are. This is the form which is signed by every member of parliament. It is the form which is given by the Ministry of IT to every member of parliament before they are given an MP login and password. What does this say? The point number 2 of this says very clearly that users must ensure that information about password is not shared with anyone. It says very, very clearly that passwords shall not be shared with anyone. This is the password policy as per the IT ministry, and that is why it comes down to this. Riju Datta, even your member of parliament is not denying it. She is not denying that she shared the login. She stands in violation of the government's IT policy. What are you defending?
Thank you for asking me this question. And this is what the actual part of the entire allegation is. See, I will tell you, the ID password that is being mentioned here is actually the ID password for our official email, which is given by the NIC. Now, let me please, before anybody jumps in, the ID password she shared with Darshan Hiranandani and his office was to post the question, and the only way the questions can be posted was after an OTP goes to the official mobile number of the Honorable MP in question. So all the questions that were posted was supervised. It was not unsupervised. And secondly, these questions that BJP was saying, "Arey, national security ka mamla hai." If you file a 20 rupees RTI, you can get access to these questions. So that this frivolous argument
is not about having access to questions. It is about posting questions.
Secondly,
RTI gives you the answer to existing questions, as opposed to. And by the way, sir, just out of curiosity, I have also traveled to the interiors of Bengal. अगर आपके पास इतना नेटवर्क है कि OTP आ जाता है फोन पे, तो वहीं पे इंटरनेट खोल करके आप क्वेश्चंस भी पोस्ट कर दीजिए। OTP आने के लिए भी तो नेटवर्क चाहिए ना। अगर फोन पे OTP आ रहा है तो आप क्वेश्चंस क्यों ना पोस्ट करो?
OTP भी पूछ लेंगे। अगर महुआ हिरानंदानी ने सब कुछ शेयर कर दिया तो OTP भी बता देंगे।
फंडामेंटल सवाल ये कि आपने पैसे लेके सवाल नहीं पूछे, बस इसके अलावा कोई इसमें मामला नहीं।
नहीं, फंडामेंटल सवाल ये भी है कि क्या आपने किसी और के हाथों उनके इंटरेस्ट के सवाल
पूछे गए? ये दोनों सवाल हैं।
इसमें हीरानंदानी ये नहीं कह सकते कि मैंने गिफ्ट दिया। ब्राइब टेकिंग एंड ब्राइब गिविंग बोथ आर क्राइम, and Hiranandani should also be booked.
And will be. If incidentally wrongdoing is proven, then both the bribe giver and the bribe taker,
and he has admitted that he has given bribe.
He has
in
said
that sense.
Okay. Then what are you defending, Riju Datta?
Quickly.
Yeah.
The ethics committee that was asking all these improper questions, I am asking it on national TV. Can the ethics committee disclose the regulations governing the sharing of one's ID and password on the portal? They do not have a code of conduct or an SOP for
I just showed you the rules. The IT ministry says very clearly you cannot share the password.
They have not called
the MP signed on this form, sir. I just showed you those rules.
The NIC email ID. That is for the NIC login and password for the official email ID of the parliamentarian, which was not shared with Darshan Hiranandani. Please.
Okay.
There's a difference.
I am out of time. The reason why we went through the facts of each of these cases, and remember, all of these are ongoing investigations. These are the facts on paper right now. The fact that this has come up before the elections, West Bengal notwithstanding, but they say the general elections are around the corner, or are you going to look at whether there is wrongdoing or not? Depends entirely on your wisdom. I'll leave it at that. Thanks very much, all gentlemen and viewers, for joining me on the National Debate.